Well, one thing about the Russian team, we know them well enough to know that they're very, very physically capable of going the whole distance in the tournament. They won't be short of energy. They'll keep driving forwards. Zakos, the Greek goalkeeper, one of the smaller goalkeepers in the tournament, but his athleticism means that he's certainly big enough to cover the ground. We've seen some wonderful goalkeeping in the tournament. Your own German's not had a bad tournament, hadn't conceded a goal until yesterday, and he looked unbeatable for large portions of that game against Greece.
Yeah, he did very well yesterday, saving the penalty as well.
That was a brilliant save. Conceded 4, but in many ways, was, for my money, was England's man of the match. He saved many, many more. So patient start here from Greece, just playing the ball around. Russia doing the closing down, not allowing the Greeks any time to settle on it. High energy performance that we would have expected from the Russians, and stealing it down this right-hand side.
Yeah, Russia being really patient in their press and going man for man and following them, the Greek team around. The Greek team got some nice rotation there. From the back, trying to get on the ball.
That's gone all the way through. The Russian defender just looked with utter disdain there at the Greek who went to ground. Now here's your man. The live wire, Andrei Pavlov. Pavlov again, faced with 2 white shirts, slips the pass off. And the slot for a shot, well blocked. Pavlov strokes it back all the way for his goalkeeper. Korshakov in goal again. The veteran Savarov. 10 years Korshakov's senior. He's still on the bench, although if he goes to a shootout, I've no doubt after yesterday's wonderful conversion, he'll be back on.
What's really interesting is just by us on the bench, the Russians already got their substitutes ready to change over.
And they do it a whole line at a time. They don't mess about with 1s and 2s.
Something I've been really impressed with them.
A bit of a difference of opinion there between the player of Russia and the referee. The referee retreats to get a better angle at this. It's a crowded area, driven in and deflected with strong hands there by Denis Korshakov again. So a corner for Greece. Again, going for power. Rebounds off the leg there of the Russian defender. All the way back for Zakos. And Tunis. And Zakos again. Zakos goes long this time. Met with a firm header from Pavlov.
Greece doing really well to try and look after the ball. Not many teams have I watched against Russia, and the other team have managed to have possession of the ball for so long at the start of the game.
Well, we talk about home advantage, of course, but real pressure on the Greeks to turn on another performance in front of their adoring fans here. But they're coping with that pressure very well at the moment. These two look 2 well-matched teams, as you would expect in a World Cup semi-final. A real test of nerves and how long you can stick to the game plan. Shot comes in, oh, wonderful strike. Russia have the lead. It was Gamid Shakbanov with a little flick finish there.
That's unbelievable play. Patient from Russia. like I said, they're ruthless. You give them a chance and they will score. They're ruthless. Good pass from the keeper, who has been my favourite keeper of the tournament so far.
I'll tell Joe Mant that. So, Jacques Barnoff with the goal. A lovely little flick there that gave the keeper no chance whatsoever. Well, it's an early goal then for Russia. Not as early as the one that England scored against the Greeks yesterday. But something for the Russians in the crowd to rejoice about. Nice little touch from the Russian team, went across to that knot of spectators before the game even started to thank them for their contribution and their loyal support. Classy, very classy. It's a beautiful ball forward.
Wonderful pass.
Russia meet it, finally cleared by the goal scorer there, Jacques Barnoff. Greece bringing on Stamos to lead the forward line here. Not much room in that area.
Fast and in transition, Russia.
Aren't they just? Romanov there, Ramazanov, I should say, going quickly down the field. So 7 minutes gone here in this first of our semi-finals. Greece 0, Russia 1. A long, long way to go. I suspect that, like so many of our games, this game will have many twists and turns. You can hear what the Greek crowd think about the team slowing the play down and knocking it around. Entirely the right tactic for Russia. Oh, that's a howler by the goalkeeper, and it's somehow found a way through and into the net.
Like I said, ruthless. You know, they get in this final third and they produce. That is something that this team does exceptionally well.
Just sneaking in front of the keeper there. Just the faintest of touches on it. And it's Livaku, who I think has got the final touch to that. Well, there didn't seem to be much danger. So things not going the way of the host nation here. They trail now by 2. And against a team so capable of killing a game and managing the scoreboard as Russia, it's a long way back from here. Although they do have, of course, plenty of time. Still 8.5 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, plenty of time to be productive and work their way back into the game. They're going to have to really apply some pressure. The goalkeeper's comfortable with the ball at his feet, so he almost makes up a 6-man.
Greek crowd doing their best, aided and abetted by the stadium announcer to get behind the team and give them the lift that they so visibly need. Now here come Russia again here. Once again, it's Livaku sniffing around in front of that Greek goal. Nice little chest off.
Beautiful little touch. Felt the goalkeeper was under pressure there, and
he only just got rid of the ball in time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Russians are lightning quick, and if your touch is a little bit heavy.
So on my clock, those changeovers are 2.5 minutes.
Well, it's very hot out there today, isn't it? It's
very hot.
Several degrees warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday's clouds have gone away, and we're back to the brilliant blue skies that graced the start of this tournament. And no, we're not complaining. Little tug back there, and the referee is quickly in on that one.
Russia doing really well defensively there.
They're just so focused and so organised, aren't they? They bring an intensity to their game that goes through every position.
Yeah, superb. You see some of the that shook me up, that did.
Yes, I thought we don't normally get thunder on out of blue skies.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, brilliant effort. Very nearly a third. The Greeks on the edge at the moment, living very dangerously indeed. Russia doing everything their coach could have asked of them. Dmitry Smirnov, the coach of Russia, working in tandem with, I assume, his brother Artem. Shot from distance. Oh, there's a third. Stunning strike again.
Like I said, that's now 8 attacks I've counted and 3 goals.
Rustam Ramazanov this time. He hit that and he meant it. It stayed hit. It flew past the goalkeeper.
I'm not sure if he's got a touch on it just before it's gone in, but he was definitely there to make sure it stayed in.
Well, this wasn't part of the Greek plan. Rustam Ramazanov adding his name to the goal scorer sheet, at least on first viewing.
Yeah, the Russians really stamping their authority on this game.
Well, they finished third last year in Lisbon in Portugal. They're well on their way to being guaranteed an improvement on that. Shot from distance.
That's a beautiful touch. I think he's got to play him in there. Lovely ball round the corner, went for the return, and he's chosen to take the shot instead of just sliding him in for just the side foot finish.
So Russia going back to that methodical passing the ball around, stroking around. Now there's space on this right-hand side. Beautifully controlled with the chest. Everything coming off now for Russia. Good double save. Important double save there for Aris Zakos.
Again, a 1 and 2 touch play from Russia.
Well, they're a class act. And whoever they face in the final will not be in for an easy ride. That is absolutely guaranteed. Very experienced Greek captain there, Konstantinos Katsauranis, adjudged to have gone into the back. Got a problem with the inflation level of the ball. Quick change. So free kick here for Russia. Very central position. Stuart Kane just marking out the 5 metres. It's good to see England have a representative in this semi-final. A man in yellow. So he's happy with the wall. Let's see what the Russians have got up their short sleeves here. 3 men in the wall for Greece. Goes for power and doesn't get it beyond that wall that did its job. Have the players had any comments about the ball? Is it the goalkeeper saying it's moving around a lot, or are they
I think
happy with it?
Everyone's been quite happy with the ball itself. I think some players would have more of a question over the pitch. Doesn't play as smoothly as the pitches that we've been training on, and then together with the heat as well.
Yes, that kind of helped.
But,
I think the people who are most happy with the balls are the little boys on the beach over there who collect them on a regular basis when players who ought to be able to control it better hump it over the stands.
Yeah.
Up the jumper and back home to mum. No, really, mum, it just dropped out of the sky. I hope we're enjoying their shiny footballs. It's a nice ball. Greeks just trying to get into the game. Need some sort of foothold here. Been rather snatched from them.
Going to be really tough. These Russians are going man for man, They're saying, you break us, come on, break us down. But again, nicking balls all over the place.
Greeks trying their level best, so they need to keep their discipline though. If they lose a player, that certainly won't help. Pavlopoulos penalised there, and rightly so. The 24-year-old striker can have few complaints. The Greeks do need to do something to get under the skin of this Russian team. At the moment, they're looking very much in control. Good break down that far side. There's a collision in the area between the striker and the goalkeeper. Both players bounce to their feet. Everybody's absolutely fine.
Switched off there, Greece.
And Pavlov.
This ain't the one you want to switch off against.
Quick feet. Dancing feet.
Yeah, exceptional close control on this. Definitely on this pitch as well. Surface, should I say. All across this right-hand side. It's Shmonin back through his goalkeeper again. Pavlov. He really is a bag of tricks. Looks so comfortable when he's running with the ball. He's happy with the ball on either foot. Doesn't look at the ball. He's looking at his opponent, scanning for the next pass. And he has a range of gears that can take him past any opponent. Knocked away there by... Again, good one-touch play to try and get out. Russia, comfortable, still looking comfortable. Finding those spaces again in that pocket.
Into the back there.
Definitely a position that Greece need to really fill up. We exposed them in the first minute in that hole. They leave it really open, and definitely something they can't be doing against the Russians.
So again, the Russians have a free kick in a central position. Last time, from a very similar position, they blasted it into the wall. I've got a one-man wall this time. Tried a little curler over the top. That was Biryukov. Kirill Biryukov has been in the goals here in Crete, but not this time. Well, there's not much more than a minute left in this first half. The Greeks, I'm sure, will be pleased to get back together again and discuss the changing situation. Well, there's a yellow card here and a rueful shake of the head from Konstantinos Katsouranis. Makes his way across. 2-minute suspension now.
Maybe a bit harsh, that one. He's on the run to track him. There's nothing they can do once the ball's been stopped. It is a foul. Not a yellow card for me.
Well, Russia saying they're not taking the free kick. Greeks are away. A little bit of controversy there, to put it mildly.
Yeah, I thought he'd only just spotted it down.
Hammered away. Zakos has to leap high to bring it under his control in the end, and then thumps it forward, flicked header. Goalkeeper did well to read that, got across to his left-hand side and plucked it out of the air. Game suddenly opens up. Chance here for Russia. Oh, that's the worst attempt of the day by a country mile.
Yeah, I expect more from him. Shimonin.
Well, that will be the last action of the first half here Russia have a stranglehold on the game. It's going to take a huge effort from the hosts here to come back into the game. Half time, it's Greece 0, Russia 3. Goals for Russia from Shakbanov, Livaku and Ramazanov. Greece have got it all to do in the second half here.
Yeah, so productive, Russia. You know, you can see that their plays, their pattern of plays, and everyone that's coming on and coming off know exactly what they're doing.
Well, both sides had tough quarter-final games, so I don't think anyone really stole an advantage in that regard. Russia were very, very nearly out of the tournament against Hungary, weren't they?
Yeah.
Stole it at the death to take it to the shootout. Shootout just went on and on. At one point, I thought nobody wanted to win it. Been some lovely little flicks and tricks from the Russians, so aware in the box. Well, in both boxes actually, because some of the defensive work has also been of a very high standard.
Yeah, you can see a lot of their plays are just really played out, and sometimes you're seeing some of the players not even looking, and then their other player just ending up in the right position where they're meant to be. Really ruthless.
Who do you reckon is going to claim that third goal?
It's right on there, isn't it?
I was happy to give it to the chap who took the strike at goal. That was our friend Rustam Ramzanov. But as you rightly observed, Yamid Shakmanov was in there on the line as well. That'll be one to debate afterwards in the change rooms over a small glass of that was in a sea of Greek blue.
Russia really making it difficult now for the Greek team.
Well, they're just so good at keeping the ball. They don't seem to lose their patience. They always know where the next pass is going. Their movement makes the next pass almost obvious to them, if not to their opponent. These are the skills honed, of course, on the training ground.
Yeah, you can, like we say, you can tell this team's been together quite a while. You know, the goalkeeper's definitely been there for 5, 6 years within this team. They have their tactics down to a T. And they know how to manage the game.
Some of their tactics may not be popular with the crowd. Certainly not this crowd. But they're not here to make friends. They're here to win a world title. They make some friends along the way.
Going fly goalie. Going fly goalie now.
Well, this is an early throw of the dice by the Greeks.
Very early. But probably something that might be needed. Like I'm saying, thinking outside the box to try and get themselves back in the game.
Well, literally outside the box. Here he is. Back through the fly. Keeper again. Out to that left-hand side by the captain this time. Let's see if it makes a significant difference. The eyes of the Russian goalkeeper will light up because he'll know if he can get his hands on the ball. There's no one at the other end to defend.
Again, Russia being really patient. And again with that 2.5 minute changeover.
Yes, it's done on a stopwatch, I think, in their case. Now, where they come. Well covered. Very well covered there. And Tumas, that was for Greece, covering the yards quickly. Flykeeper brings it forward, slips out the pass, and Tumas again. Nice little side foot pass. Ball pulled back! And there's the goal back!
Good. That'll do Greece a whirl of confidence. Nice patient play. Good movement inside the box. If you look at the way he takes his man in and then steps away, and the cutback's perfect for him.
It's Nikos Stamos who's got on the end of it. Well, a card was played by the coach, and it was played early. And he's got an early dividend here. And now they've gone back to a regular goalkeeper.
Yeah, it looks like in attack and in defence now, they're making this quick change. Greece, like I said, really happy to see this, thinking outside the box. In attack, when they've got the ball, making a change of putting the fly goalkeeper on. And then as soon as it's time to defend, they're changing the goalkeeper.
So it's going to be, you need to keep your eye on the game here. Depending on who is in possession, the Greeks will decide whether they play with a fly goalkeeper or the traditional glove keeper. Huge disciplines, huge concentration required over on the team bench here. Well, here they come again.
You know, it's amazing what a goal can do to confidence and belief.
Well, for the first time in the game, we're seeing that the Greeks are asking some questions of the Russians. As you said, your expression, thinking outside the box, giving your opponent something to think about. If you do what you always did, you get what you always got. And at that point in time, what they were getting was precious little. Now they've changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, if they can just keep applying this pressure to Russia and get another one, then that would definitely change the game and the confidence even of the Russians.
There's the fly keeper again. It's worked once, no earthly reason why it shouldn't work a second time. Nice little layoff, but intercepted. Problems here for Greece. Fly keepers tracking back. Russia using it wisely and firing it into the side netting there. The big Russian number 5 there, Ikov, was saying, I was free at the top of the box, why didn't you play me in? And it's a very fair question.
Yeah, he was free.
And Tumas.
Excellent hold-up play on the edge of the box. Greece now being patient and trying to force their way into this final third to get an opportunity.
Just a little grip on the shirt there, out of the referee's vision. More wholesale changes being made here by the Russians. One of them not looking particularly gleeful at being withdrawn with the game in such a tense situation, but clearly substitutions are made irrespective of match condition.
That there was more forceful from Greece just then, trying to get after the ball a little bit higher. Just got to be wary of leaving those gaps in behind when they do go and press.
Strange that the Greeks in the crowd give the bird to the team who are keeping the ball, because believe me, if their team was in this situation, they'd be doing exactly the same.
There's that little gap that I was just talking about again. Got exposed. The Greek defender's not going with the 10. He's definitely someone, if you're marking, you've got to go with him everywhere.
Good save there by Zakos, who is withdrawn in favour of the fly keeper again. Is this something you've practiced with England, boys, playing with a fly keeper?
Yeah. Yeah, we worked on it a good few times. Oh no.
Now breaks on here. What a chance this is. Oh, we didn't go for power, he went for placement.
A little bit of a let off there for Greece.
I thought he might blast that one. The angle was not the best. But that's the danger. It's a high-risk strategy. They're playing in a high-risk situation.
Again, leaving that hole that we spoke about.
Pavlov trying to work his way through. He's crowded out there by 3 Greek players who descend on the ball carrier.
Good, using his fly goalie really well.
Haven't they just? We've not seen much of the tactic in the tournament, and when the keeper has been withdrawn very often, I would say in 95% of the situations it's backfired.
Yep.
But the Greeks are using it with intelligence here and showing its worth. Hoisted away. Keeper's got back. Able to use his hands inside the box, of course. Zanatos. And Tumas. And Tumas giving the hurry up there, but got the pass away via the fly keeper again. Look at the amount of work Russia are putting into closing down here.
Amazing work.
A real shift.
Like I said, a real desire to defend from all outfield players.
I mean, of course, we've admired the silky skills of some of these top players, but let's not forget at the end of the day the amount of blood, sweat and tears that goes into preparing for a tournament as grueling as this one. And this Russian team are great athletes, great physical specimens. Well, the referee could not have been closer to that, and he thinks the Russians took a bit of an easy tumble there, waving play on.
Yeah, not so sure. Possible foul. I think if he doesn't, I think if he doesn't jump, then he runs into him and it ends up in a foul.
Beryukov looks in pain here. The referee saying, "I saw it. It wasn't a foul." Not sure Beryukov, who's limping across here towards the team bench, would wholly endorse that view. Beryukov signaling that he does want a spell on the bench here. And at the same moment, it's Denis Korshakov receiving treatment behind the baseline after that collision as he came careering out of his area. So free kick. Stuart Kane again pacing out the 5 meters right to the edge of the area. Doesn't look as if the Russians are going to put a wall in here. Drilled in. No. Well, the keeper's grabbed it. Now, what's the referee given here?
Seems like it's signalled for a penalty and maybe a yellow. There it is.
Well, the Russians standing there looking completely mystified. Stuart Kane has pointed to the penalty spot here. And he's sent off Russia's number 10, who is it number 10? I think it's number 10. Is that your man Pavlov? Well, this could be a huge moment.
This could be a game changer, this.
It's Zanitos who looks as if he's going to take the penalty here, shaping up for a left-footed shot. Faced with Russia's goalkeeper, Korshakov. Huge moment. Big swing here. Greek coach having a word with the English referee about I'm not sure what.
A little bit of commotion there with the bench. Getting upset, thinking that he should get a red and not a yellow. He saved it.
Well, after all that, the keeper produces the heroics. And the Greeks have turned up a really good opportunity to have a genuine chance of coming back into this game.
Yeah, that was needed.
Massive save there from the keeper.
There we go. Russian keeper's gone down.
Well, he was injured before the save. Whether this is an outpouring of his own emotions or whether he's compounded that injury. They have, of course, got Ruslan Savarov as a ready-made replacement. He's applying the spray to somewhere, I think it's on his leg there, lower leg. He's a big boy, but it still hurts. But what a great save that was.
Yeah, he's clever. Used that little bit of time there to try and take the crowd down and
just give his own team a chance to steady down a little bit. Russia, for the first time in the game, just looking a little bit desperate here. Remarkable fight back in the second half here by Greece. They still trail by 2. Should probably have been 1. They have the advantage numerically now as well.
That's a slide. That's
and
a
this
slide.
is going to be
He could
another
off.
card here, isn't it?
Possibly. You know, there's that massive grey area we talked about in terms of the sliding within your vicinity. You are allowed to go. Oh, there he is. He's gone. You are allowed to go to ground, but it has to be within a metre.
Yatnikov is sent to the sin bin. Russia still have a 2-goal lead. The Greeks have a 2-man advantage.
Huge opportunity here.
Well, there's going to be so many spaces now for the Russians to cover.
Oh, one Simbin's come. Yeah, he's come back on.
Nice little layoff.
Good save.
Well, we've had a whole tournament full of talking points in this game alone, and still the Greeks coming forward. All of a sudden they look confident. They think they can turn this one around. They've got 4.5 minutes to do it. The tide has certainly turned.
Just need to create an opening while they've still got the advantage of the extra man.
We don't have a clock counting us down on the suspended player, which would be helpful, of course.
Just got to keep moving that ball quicker to really open up that little bank of 4 that they've put in there, that little box that we call it.
Russia sitting in here, just trying to kill the time on that suspension. That's a lovely ball out to the far side. And when players are sent to the sin bin and you're playing with a fly keeper, that really is the time when the tactic is almost double bubble when it comes to the advantage. Keeper's come a long way there and just picks it off the toe of the attacker. Thought about launching it first time down the field. 3.5 minutes to go then. Greece 1, Russia 3. But there won't be anyone leaving their seats just yet. This game still far from decided. Good save by the goalkeeper.
Also got to be careful here, Greece playing the fly goalkeeper. I know they've got an extra man on the pitch, but he's right out here in these wide positions, so there isn't one of the other players that can handle the ball if he stays out here wide. Not sure if he realises he's got that shirt on.
Well, I was going to ask you what the thinking was. I've seen that before in the tournament. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. You know, why would your last line not be your fly keeper? Well, here is that last line.
Yeah, it'd be more sensible for him to stay at the base. You've got the overload.
Now they have switched it to what you and I think, would think is a more sensible option.
Russia doing really well. They've got that man. They've got that man back on now.
Yes, they killed that suspension. Very ably there. Kept the Greeks away. Sideline ball. The Russians thought for a moment it was going to be theirs. The Greeks moving away from the scene of the crime pretty quickly.
Just got to create that opportunity. There it is. Good hit. Needs help. Sensible.
Katsouronis there showing all the guile of the senior pro that he's been, just knocking about a play. Wonderful to see someone who's played in a European Championship for his country, still playing his football, still clearly enjoying his football.
Amazing. You know,
not wanting to say goodbye to a team sport. Why would you?
Amazing. You know, kept himself in good shape to be able to be playing here.
Nice little turn. Still there in the right place.
Russia doing really well there to look after the ball and manage the game. using the goalkeeper, using their experience and passing composure.
That's a loose one. That's something of a rarity. Shot from distance, saved by the goalkeeper's legs. See the Russian defender there tucking his arms behind his back so he's not accused of handling the ball. Now there, this could be it, this could be it, no!
That was close.
Very, very close.
Nicking the ball off the fly goalkeeper.
Greeks are in a hurry to get the ball going. They don't want to start engaging the referee in debate. They need to keep this ball flowing. The clock still ticks down. We're into the last few seconds now. Surely no way back. I've no way of knowing how long the referee will add on here. He pays you money, he takes your chance here. Been a few stoppages, but not that many. Tensions running high on the Greek bench. They know their race is almost run here, unless we can have an absolute miracle.
Russia
pumping that ball as far as they can away. Another player goes down in the box. Gets himself to his feet. There'll be time to recover after this game. Final at 9 o'clock tonight, so plenty of time for recovery. And Stuart Kane just stepping into a little difference of opinion in a crowded penalty area. Hope this game doesn't get out of control in the last few seconds. Keeper comes in as peacemaker, showing his maturity.
Got another fly goalkeeper now. That's 3 different fly goalkeepers.
Shot from distance. Oh my goodness me! That's an absolute worldie of a goal.
An unbelievable finish.
What a strike! What a strike! But is it too little and too late? Is there time?
Absolutely unbelievable. Still going with the fly goalkeeper.
Well, a magnificent strike there.
Absolutely magnificent. He has been a player that I've enjoyed watching. Trouble here.
So 3-2, 1 minute and 50 seconds overtime have already been played. How much longer?
Chisos with that absolutely wonderful technique to finish it off.
He made it look easy. That is quality. Now Russia looking for a goal that will finally see off their opponents, but they won't get it there. Greeks still believe they need this ball back into play, and quickly. They've got it now. There might be time for one last rally here, one last goal-scoring opportunity. Play out to the right-hand side.
Good exchange of passing there, received it well.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, still we go on here. Well, it looked all over at 3-0. It looks a very different scoreline and feels a different game now, doesn't it? Now this could kill it. In fact, the referee kills it by blowing his whistle, and Russia go into today's final. They've accounted here for the hosts in dramatic circumstances by 3-2. Let's give credit to the hosts for coming back as they did after a disastrous first half that